Hello there, we actually have our first game of the Season 3 SASL tournament. Very impromptu. We do have ToRsPook versus VBDead. Sorry, I don't have any overlays or anything sorted. It was something I planned to do tomorrow, but Spook figured he'd jump in there and get his game underway as soon as he could. So bear with me as I set up final preparations. And we should get underway very quickly. So I'll do introductions, then set up the scoreboard. So spawning in our top right hand position, we have our red Terran ToRsPook. Spawning in our bottom left hand corner, our Zerg opponent playing as the green Zerg. It is VBDead. Don't know much about VBDead. I do know about Spook. Obviously Spook is involved with SASL. Has been for quite some time. I have had the pleasure of playing against him a few times. Interesting to see what build he goes for here. He does like his Marines in TVZ, but again we'll have to wait and see. As I set up the scoreboard, now I did anticipate, but I managed to get it around the wrong way, so bear with me. As I update the scoreboard, VBDead versus Spook. Bam, bam, bam. That should be all good. Are we good? We are good. Love it. Okay, back to the game. Now, Spook starting with the standard barracks at the front, obviously walling in an important aspect. Interesting though to see if he does end up taking either of these gases or if he goes for a gasless expand. We'll soon find out. As I finish my preps. Again, I was ready for bed. And here I am casting. Meanwhile, we do have a gas before pull. Sorry, where is the pull? Oh, sorry, it's at the back here. Didn't actually catch when the pull went down. If it was pull then gas or gas then pull. Apologies for that. Was obviously setting up the stream, but is opting for the pull first and not going for a 15 expand or the like. So we'll be able to get that queen up obviously earlier and get speed up underway. Do have the wall completing here for Spook, and more than likely we'll see a orbital command coming, as we do see right now. Is getting his gas, so not opting for that gasless expand as I have seen him do in the past. More than likely we'll be seeing, I guess I can't say more than likely, but I have seen Spook opt for 2 more racks, go for a 3 racks opening, or we might see him go for a reactor factory. Again, there are lots of options available. Look, Spook is now scouting, doesn't actually see an expansion, so maybe confused at this point in time. We'll be going into the base here. We'll see 4 lings, and actually will get taken out before he can see if both the gases, I mean obviously unlikely both of the gases would have been taken, but didn't actually get to scout any information. And we do have a baneling nest on the way, so we will be seeing a baneling bust coming in, which actually might do a bit of damage. We do have Spook expanding here. So he did opt for a 1 racks expand, and it looks like he will be opting for that reactor Hellion play. Now this baneling bust, I guess it comes down to when it hits. It's tough to say, but again we just have to wait and see, but it is obviously looking that way. We do have no expansion coming behind this, so this has to do some damage as the lings stream in here. The baneling nest just finishing up now, so wants to make sure he doesn't reveal these. Spook can't actually see at this point in time, and more than likely we'll see a few lings become, and we actually have all of them becoming baneling, so all 8 coming now. We do have another 4 lings in production. That makes 6 lings now streaming in here, so we'll have quite a big force coming in. Spook meanwhile only has 3 marines. We'll need to be careful, make sure he has these supply depots up. These lings will be able to deal with these marines here, and he will just stream up. He does manage to get them up. Should be able to get through here, and we'll be going for the line here. Does pull workers, needs to make sure he splits them. Does get one nice hit off. Can he get the second and get those? Oh, does nice split again here from sPook. Is chasing and will get 2 more kills there. And that is a nice get there. Meanwhile, we do have more Lings streaming in here. Command Center is taking a bit of damage. Look at the production. 14 more Lings. Oh, and gets in before the wall is repaired. And there's a GG. So very quick first game. And VBDead takes game 1-0 and will go 1-up in this best of 3. And as they set up game number 2, we'll get some music going. But nice Baneling bust there. I mean, obviously, given that sPook did expand, it obviously meant that he didn't have the units that he could have if he maybe went for a 3 racks or something like that. But again, let me just take off this scoreboard. And we are going straight back into game number 2, so no mucking around here. sPook has chosen Antigua Shipyard as his map of choice. And interesting to see how this pans out. And we are about to start, so let me get the sounds back on, get the music down. We only had 40 seconds of that. sPook does not muck around. And we will be jumping into game 2 as I get the screen back up. And does it fit? It does. Love it. As I put 1 to the let's say Protoss Zerg player. So scoreboard updated. So we are moving into game number 2 of this best of 3 in round 1 of SASL Season 3. And I do look forward to this game. Spawning in the top right hand corner, we have our red Terran player going down in the first game, not able to hold against a Baneling bust. We do have ToRsPook. And spawning in our bottom left hand corner with a nice timing attack on 1 base. Had to do the damage and he did do it. Managed to take the win with that aggressive Baneling bust. We do have our green Zerg VBDead. Now again, there won't be anything of notice for some time. We do have cross positions here. You can obviously spawn close by air. I'm not sure if you can spawn close by ground. I assume so, but again, doesn't matter. They are cross position, obviously maximal distance between the bases. Please pause and sPook pausing. It's just about to get on there. It's fine, so maybe some lag issues, maybe need to check something out. Nonetheless, we'll be holding on to the game for some time. As I hide my taskbar. Sorry about that. It's a bit unprofessional. And get some music. So yeah, obviously sPook down again. Needs to pull this one through, otherwise it will go down. I guess a little bit of background, given that it is the first. We are ready to go back into the game. Obviously the phone, but I will continue to say this is the first game of our SASL Season 3. It has 50 participants in it. It's shaping up to be quite an event. We do have it over 7 weeks, Swiss bracket style. The best of 3s up into the finals brackets, where we will be upping the ante there. More than likely will be a single elimination bracket. We may be doing a losers bracket. Again, it's all being planned, but this is the first game. So sPook has to win this game to stay in the best of 3. Do get a single point for every win, and then another point when you take the set. So basically, if you 2-0, you'll get 2 points. I guess that was unclear. If you 2-0, you get 2 points. If you get 2-1, then obviously 2 points and 1 point respectively. We do have a scout now coming in for VBDead. He did actually scout the bottom right hand position first, and now we'll be seeing the correct location won't actually be able to get into the base as this wall is now complete. We'll still jump in here and confirm he has the right location. Meanwhile, sPook, excuse me as I burp, look for the top left, so both parties actually scouting the wrong way. Nonetheless, sPook will be able to see Zerg very shortly. We'll come in here and see the hatchery. Won't know if it went down. He will know, obviously, it just went down. And so with that, we'll have the information knowing that Speedlings would have obviously been completed by now. Or at least on its way. Actually, it hasn't started. I would have thought he would have had it now. He does have quite a sizable amount of gas, so I haven't actually been paying attention. Apologies for that, but interesting to see what he's gearing up for. He did actually just start Metabolic Boost, so not sure if he forgot about it or he's got something else up his sleeve, but did have 76 extra gas before he chucked down that Speedling upgrade. But nonetheless, back home in the Terran base, we do have a command center, so same setup for sPook. Getting that early refinery into the barracks and then opting for a command center outside of the base. Now, he would have been relieved to see that no Baneling nest was spotted, and it looks like he's gearing up for a bunker pressure here. Interesting to see how this goes. We do have a roach warren on the way here for VBDead. Sorry, brain fart there. And did he actually cancel? He did cancel his expansion, so sPook actually doesn't realize that the expansion's not there, and we'll be greeted by that. I wonder how VBDead's going to respond to this, but we do have a one base roach going in here, so it's going to be another all-in. VB opting for these all-in builds off one base. He will be cornered in. I guess this bunker isn't, like, although it won't be able to obviously pressure this expansion that doesn't exist anymore, it will actually, I guess, delay any kind of push that VBDead does, but interesting to see what happens when sPook jumps ahead and realizes it's no longer there. And these lings, as he jumps in here, he will be able to deal with this. The worker does go down, and these lings will take some damage, and the bunker will go down, but he does reveal the roaches. Now, sPook still is under the assumption that there is an expansion here, so I'm not sure. Maybe seeing these roaches will make him think otherwise, but we do have roaches on the way. We do have a 7 roach push. How many do we have? We have 8 now. So this has to do quite a bit of damage as he still is on one base. sPook just getting up his second. Flumga. Back in it again. Flumga, we do have a SSL first season. Oh, sorry, season 3 first game. Meanwhile, we do have engineering bay as part of the wall. And finalizing that wall now with a bunker. So the bunker will be quite important in dealing with this roach push. But again, if we look back home, we do have 3 racks and a single factory. We do have 2 marauders coming out on the field. It was very important that sPook saw those roaches. He is building marauders now, and they will get poking up now. Again, he has to do damage with this because he isn't expanding behind it. SCV is too late to repair, and these roaches will be let in, and this will be quite a concern to sPook. He is needing to pull the SCVs here. Marauders obviously important to make sure they live. They are the key aspect of the defense here. Is sPook making any more bunkers? He's not. And 3 more. These Hellions, although obviously not that effective, are doing the damage. And he might actually be able to hold this up. I'm generally surprised. sPook doing very well. At what expense though? He has lost 10 workers. But again, he does have that lead given that it still is only on one base. If we look at the sPook cam, he still thinks that there's an expansion there. And really, it's looking pretty dire here for the Zerg. Really has to pull something out. If we look at the worker count here, 19 versus 27 now of sPook. Obviously, mules as well. And that income really is showing as we move forward. Meanwhile, back home, we do have upgrades starting. The Marines don't have combat shields, so opting for a stim pack before combat, maybe going for a timing push. Generally, you see Terrans go for a combat shield upgrade initially, better for a defensive build. But he is opting for that. We may be seeing combat shields starting very shortly. When he has the available gas, he's getting his second gas now, and getting his third as well. So that gas production will go up. We probably will see a tech lab coming out of the factory and go towards Siege Tech, or we may be seeing a reactor on it as we go towards Medivacs. The starport is on its way. Sorry, it's already got a Tech Lab, so we'll be seeing Siege Tech and Medivacs. Or we may be seeing Banshees. I guess obviously it's a good idea given that he's seen Roach heavy. Obviously Roaches, as Flaming said in the last post, aren't very good at dealing with air. And interesting to see if he does opt for Cloak. He does have the available gas for it. He's getting a Banshee out and he is clicking on the Tech Lab, and we do have Cloak coming, so looking forward to that. Meanwhile, still on one base here. Not opting for any kind of expansion, so again is going for an all-in. I'm not sure if this is standard from Dead. We did see it in the first game, he went for an all-in Baneling Bust. He did go for that very early Roach aggression. It didn't actually pay off, and he really has to win with this because there's no way he can recover. And some nice defense here from sPook. A lot of bunkers. He knows he's in a good situation now, given that he did pull off that early Roach attack, and these 4 bunkers, I can't see, no matter, even if he pushes through this wall here, these bunkers are going to survive. And again, we'll see how that goes. But we do have a Banshee en route to the base. If we look at the units tab, we have only 1 Queen, so and gets through the first round. But again, Banelings aren't at the front, and they get picked off before they can hit, and these Roaches just get melted. Meanwhile, back at the base, this Banshee is going to wreak havoc. Only 1 Queen. With Cloak, it can just kill it. And now sPook only just realizing that it was 1 base the entire time. He'd be feeling very safe at the moment. And we'll be seeing this Queen be taken out. It has nothing. There is no evolution chamber up, so no spore coolers are available. And there is the GG. So well played from sPook. Good defense, and that ties it up at 1 apiece. As I update the scoreboard. So Dead will be taking, or rather I should say picking, the 3rd and final map, both on 1 apiece. Let me know if the stream is lagging at all. Hopefully it's all sweet. Seems sweet on my end. Let's get the music going. Thanks for tuning in. Obviously it's quite late, almost as we approach midnight here in Adelaide. Yeah, I can't tell the tower. He was just on 1 base the entire time. Couldn't do the damage that he needed to do. And sPook eventually was able to overrun. I was very impressed by sPook's hold early. Managed that quite effectively. Did lose quite a few SCVs, but given that Dead was still on 1 base, it was okay. And then just basically macroed up and eventually took the win. So we now are entering game number 3, the final game of this set. Dead has chosen Entombed Valley. And looks like we'll be getting straight into it. Let's get this set up. Hopefully they kept the same location. No, they didn't. So BM. It's pretty standard from sPook. Bear with me as I update the scoreboard to the correct way. Bam, there we go. So 1 apiece here as we jump into game number 3. Entombed Valley, as I said, spawning in our top right position. We have our Terran player, our red Terran, taking game number 2. Playing pretty standardly. Nice hold from that early aggression and just overran. And we do have ToRsPook. It's spawning in our bottom right position. Obviously losing game number 2. Did win game number 1 with a nice Baneling Bust. Will we see another 1 base aggression? I guess we'll soon find out. We have our green Zerg VBDead. Wrong way. Rookie error there. Do apologize. So again, there will be nothing really of notable to report. Spook doing the standard barracks. Opening, I don't even know if you can do anything. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, I don't think you can do anything else besides build a bunker, but he has got his gas exceptionally early. Obviously, regularly you'd get a barracks and then your gas. Interesting to see how this pans out, whether it was planned or not. I do know myself sometimes I do accidentally get gas first, but I'm sure Spook has something in plan in his mind. Whether it's maybe a Reaper opening, not exactly sure. I am learning myself and we'll soon find out what Spook has in plan. Meanwhile, back home, we do have a spawning pool coming down first and the gas as well. So it looks like a same build beginning from dead. Interesting to see if he does get that expansion or he does go for another early aggression, be that banelings, roaches. I guess there's a few options for him. But in both games we've seen him go on one base. Game number 2, obviously he did start his second but then cancelled it. And Spook correctly guessing straight up the position of dead, so we'll get a nice scout in here. And we'll actually see the pool that is complete, and we'll see the rippling effect. So Dead not making the same mistake as he did last game. In game number 2 we did see him start speed when he had 176 gas, so later than he should have. He used both parties, so he actually did scout all 3 bases before successfully getting to the base. It was a very early scout, and it looks like he will actually be expanding, which I do look forward to this. It means there will be a more macro orientated game, and we will be able to see Dead play some tier 2 and see what he's got later in the game. The drone is just chilling at the front here. We do have Reactor Hellion on the way here, so that should do at least be able to contain the Zerg for quite some time. And interesting to see how Spook reacts. Follows it up. We do have a tech lab going down on the barracks. He may opt for just 2, 4, maybe 6 max. I guess it depends how many Hellions he goes for, as we know what will be in the future. But he may be just building 2 or 4 and then lifting off and swapping these 2. No, he is getting stim packs, so that does show that he is opting for at least quite a few more Hellions. Doesn't have that option to lift them off and start Reactor, Marine, and tanks. Is going for stim packs, so maybe seeing a timing push here from Spook. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, these lings are trying to harass here. And what's going on here? Again, cancelling. Does Spook... So, whether he goes for trying to show that he's expanding and then he doesn't expand and goes for an all-in. He did this in game number 2, so I'm interested to see how this works. He's getting double spine crawlers, so I was really concerned about these Hellions. And I really don't know why he denied that. Well, he cancelled that second. I guess we'll soon find out, but... Interesting here. We do have the roaches. I did miss that. Again, sorry for that. But it looks like we do have the same build from game number 2. Not sure if VBDead actually has it in him to go on a 2 base, but we'll see how this works for him. If we look back home, is a nice opening. Obviously, Hellions aren't very good versus roaches, so we could see a better outcome here for Dead. We do have 7 on the field, making that 2 more to 9. 3 Marauders will work well against, obviously, the roaches. But again, if we look at the worker count here, 22 Spook ahead, so only 16 workers here for the Zerg. So again, has to do quite a bit of damage here. But Spook will be very happy to see that there is no expansion. These roaches are actually holding the ramp. And yeah, as you suggested, it will be a Marauder Heli. I did feel that was the case. Spook actually with quite a bit of money, maybe seeing a command center being dropped very shortly, up to 600. Or he is going for an all-in. He looks like, not an all-in, but is pulling some workers, so we'll be going for basically an all-in. I guess he has left a few workers at home. He does obviously have mules, so he still does have an economy, and actually probably has a similar economy to the Zerg player. As this Ling comes in, we'll see the workers, and it really comes down to this engagement here. Needs to make sure these Marauders stay alive. They are the key aspect of this group. And looks like he'll comfortably. He does have quite a bit of Hellions, even though Hellions obviously nice around here. Does not allow the Roaches to escape and deals with them quite effectively. Look here, only 4 Roaches on the field at the moment, and sPook has a commanding lead at the moment here. Very unlikely this will be held. We have another 6, and we have the drones being pulled. If we look at the workers, 17 now. We've got 7 Roaches on the field. And basically this is a last ditch effort here from Dead. He has to hold this. These Marauders doing a lot of damage versus these base defenses. He has finished Stim, and we have 6 Marauders which are just devastating these Roaches, especially with Stim. And down to 0 workers, so GG. Nice push here from sPook. Obviously that timing attack from the Stim. And all of his workers go down, but he does manage to clean this up. No workers, 5 lava, but no money. And some mana mules here. GG. sPook takes it 2-1 and starts the tournament with a nice 2 points. And that will end the game. So sPook 2-1 up in SASL Season 3, Round 1, the first game. 3 very quick games, 3 very different styles. Dead obviously consistent with his one base, but it didn't quite work this time. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I believe that's it. I mean, unless someone else lets me know that there's more games, but it seems like that's it. Make sure you check out SASL in the future. We'll be obviously streaming games throughout SASL Season 3. Obviously when the finals come on, we'll have that streamed as well. But this is the stream location for SASL Season 3 games. So thanks for tuning in, and good night.